Hey guys, it's Chris for PokerSavvyPlus.com, bringing you episode 8 in what is going to be the final episode of my Building the Basics Season 2 series. Not to worry, I will be starting a new 6 Max Microstakes series after this, but which will have videos coming out more regularly. But I feel like this is about time we kind of end this Building the Basics series, so I hope you guys enjoyed this last episode. I'm going to be playing two tables, backed by popular demand, of 25 NL on Full Tilt Poker, and just kind of focusing on my decisions while playing live, and showing you what I think is a good, solid, fundamental game. Trying to point out some of the leaks I see in my opponent's games, some things you want to avoid, mistakes you want to avoid, when playing, and see if we can make some money. I've just been playing for about 2 or 3 minutes while I got the recording set up. I had one hand of interest, which I will bring up in just a second, although we'll definitely want to play out these pocket aces first. So I'm definitely going to 3-bet the aces. He made it 3 times the big blind. I'm going to make it 11, which is 4 times 2 is $1, $2, so $2.75. And I could go a little bit smaller, specifically with aces, because I do want to keep him in with a lot of hands like, the queen jacks and the king queens that I think sometimes he's going to fold. We fought very well. This is a somewhat connected board, so I'm going to bet, half pot. I've got the ace of diamonds, so I'm really not worried about a flush card coming. And the best part about a flop like this is that there are a lot of second best hands, mostly, ace king, king queen, king jack, that he's going to continue on, and he's certainly going to go bust with. I get raised on this flop, which certainly means I'm very, very happy I'm not folding this hand. Obviously, in a 3-bet pot, this is pretty standard. The only decision is, do I want to shove or do I want to call and let him bluff if he is bluffing? I don't think he's bluffing here very often. I doubt people put in that many flop raises without a hand that they're willing to go with. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick the money in now. I don't want him to get scared off if he has a hand like king jack and a diamond comes or an ace comes. Looks like he was bluff raising for almost half his stack and did fold. So, that would be my one reason to consider just flat calling, is in the case that he does. But I also think once I bet and then call a raise on that flop, that he's not going to just stick in his last, 1150 on the river with a bluff. I could be wrong, and that is certainly a mistake that you'll see some weaker, amateur players make. But I thought there's just too often he has a hand that he's just not folding. So let's put the money in. Let me quickly bring up the hand that I did play just a minute ago. Also, here I didn't continuation bet. Let me run through this hand really quick. An unknown player limps. I isolation raise with 6-5 suit on the cutoff, which I think is fine. It's a hand that plays well in a multi-way pot if someone else calls. It's also a hand that can, it just plays well in position, and it's a good hand to isolate with. I get cold called by the button, who at this time is an unknown, and the limper does fold. The flop of ace 9-8, I think if I wasn't distracted by the aces hand, I think I should just continuation bet this hand. There are certainly some worse hands he's going to fold. He's going to fold some small pairs. He's maybe going to fold a hand like king jack or king queen on the ace high board. In general, if a board is not too draw heavy and doesn't hit your opponent's calling range too hard, you're better off just continuation betting. As it was, I checked. He checked behind. On the 3, I really don't see any point in betting. Once I don't bet the flop, I can't really represent that I have an ace. And I think he's just going to call me on the turn a lot. I don't really want to fire 2 barrels. So we just check. And on the river, again, same rules apply. He did have a hand that he would have folded on the flop, king queen. So I probably should have bet the flop, but I opted not to. I was a little distracted.